Hey, Janice.
Hi, Anthony.
All right, today we're going to talk about how to prove paternity at death. The reason this topic comes up for us, at least, is because of, sadly, rapper DMX recently passed away, and he was survived by 11 possible non-marital children. So we get this question from, friends and people who follow the news. So of those 11 possible non-marital children, are any of them heirs? And if so, how do they prove they were his kids? And can they prove it without DNA? Do you know, or do you need like a body part, or I don't know how you get DNA
Right.
actually.
Right.
So yeah, we'll try to answer those questions. All right. So the first question is, does the birth certificate prove paternity? Almost everyone asks, oh, well, if actually, I don't know his real name, so I'm just going to keep calling him DMX.
I don't know. Great question.
But if DMX was named as the father on the birth certificate, isn't that enough? It's an official document. And the answer is, I guess surprisingly, the answer is yes for moms, no for dads.
Right.
Okay, so if you think about it, it actually makes sense. So why is this the case? Because when you have a mom's name on the birth certificate, the mom is the one lying in the hospital bed out of
Right.
whose body
There.
the baby just came out.
Right.
There's kind of, I guess except for surrogacy, but I don't want to go down that road. But there's
Right,
kind of
but
no doubt
there's-
that's the mom, right?
Correct.
Whereas when it comes to the dad, it's literally you're just writing the name in. You could write
pick
Donald
anyone,
Duck.
really.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
If I write Bill Gates, does my kid become an heir to the Gates or whatever?
Sure. Yeah.
Right. There's,
Yeah,
so if anyone's asking, nobody's checking this. If you're a parent and you've been in a hospital, you just write it. And nobody says, okay, give me some proof that you are the father. Nobody does that.
That's true.
So there's no verification involved with the father's name being on the birth certificate. And that's why it's different for moms and dads. Does that?
Absolutely.
If you think about it, it makes total sense, I think.
Yeah. Especially when you have people like this that are, celebrities. You just really anyone could.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's Earl Simmons, by the way.
Thank you.
Thanks to Wikipedia and my phone sitting here.
Taking care of what's
I
important
cheated.
over there.
Yeah. What's his name? Okay. Oh,
All right. So the next question is, all right, so then how do you prove paternity without DNA? If you don't want to exhume the body or get samples. So the answer is yes. The birth certificate, or excuse me, the father's name on the birth certificate is a helpful starting point, but it's definitely not enough. So here are some things that would really kind of seal the deal. And there's no one or two things. The court's always going to look at a totality of the circumstances. So
Yep.
the more of these you have, the better, basically.
Yep. They're going to take all this into consideration, especially with a high-profile case.
So the first thing that would be pretty helpful is a court order for child support. That means somebody or some court determined that, yeah, that's your kid, you got to pay.
Right.
So that one's actually pretty definitive. But where it gets more squishy is where you have these situations where you need open and notorious acknowledgement. And what that means is, okay, so during Mr. Simmons' life, did he act like he was their father? I'm not saying like act like a good father. I don't know whether he was in their lives or not.
Right.
But did he tell people, yeah, that's my kid? Was he in family photos with them? Did he send them birthday cards saying, hey, love daddy, whatever, right?
Right.
And did he hold himself out to be the father? Like, did he take them to the hospital and sign saying, yes, I am this person's father. I'm the person authorized to, sign off on the cast for the broken leg, or go to parent-teacher conferences with the child saying, yeah, I'm the father. Again, these are all ways in which a person, or father specifically, can hold themselves out to be the father to the world, to anyone who's listening.
Like
right?
social media, right? Social media. You could use that in a little bit if this one particular child has never been seen or heard of, and then you have others that are, watching my kid play basketball, or I'm watching my kid at the park. I think that might go with the whole thing, or news stories, especially when you're talking about somebody high profile like this. What do you think? Do you think they could do, I don't know the answer to this, but DNA from the other kids if they really had to? Because wouldn't there be some sort of match? I'm no expert, but
Maybe. I have no idea.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, I don't know either, but that's what I mean. When you look at everything all together, that maybe one small, part of it that could be done.
I think that's helpful, but I don't think it's, I don't know how strong it is in the court versus the actual father's DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what you're saying is definitely a process to prove.
For sure.
Yes. Especially if it's not somebody they've ever talked about.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds.
Yeah. I mean, 11 is a lot, but we've seen worse.
Oh yeah, we have definitely.
Okay, so I think that's all we have for today. Hopefully, we've answered every looky-loo who was watching about DMX's family in the news and was curious, like, okay, what happens to those kids? Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about how probate works, what his family's gonna have to go through, check out Anthony's book, available on Amazon. How Probate Works, the start to finish of, what they have to go through, what everyone's gonna have to go through.
Perfect. All right. Okay. Again, hope this answered some questions. Thank you, Janice, as always, and thank you everyone for listening. Talk soon.
See you.